is the Mets series finale game. We're about 5 minutes or so before game time, and hopefully everyone will enjoy the stream. Right now, the series is split at 1-1, and the Diamondbacks are hoping to leave New York with a series win. Today's pitcher for the Mets is going to be Kodai Senga, and on the bump for the Diamondbacks is Zach Gallen. So you're going to have a pretty good pitching matchup for today's game, and today's lineup for the Diamondbacks: Corbin Carroll will be leading off, Gerardo Perdomo, Pavin Smith, Josh Naylor, Eugenio Suarez, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., Alex Thomas, and Tim Tawa. Behind the dish is Jose Herrera. For the Mets, they have Francisco Lindor, followed by Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Jesse Winker, Mark Vientos, Brandon Nimmo, Luis Torrens, Jeff McNeil, and in the 9-hole is going to be Tyrone Taylor, the center fielder. So this should be a good match, good pitching duel, and both teams are exciting. Both teams are electric. We're going to see how Arizona employs their hit and run speed game against the Mets today. For those of you that are tuning in, you could hit the like button. It'd be most appreciated. If you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to The Ugly Truth. And we will be back in a sec. Today is going to be an exciting day. We have a bunch of major league teams on getaway day having early starts. So hence, people across the league will be getting ready to finish up. On the season, Kodai Senga has 5 starts. He is 3-1 on the season with a 1.26 ERA, a strikeout of 29 for the year, a 1.05 WHIP. Kodai Senga is noted with his for his forkball, devastating pitch, and I think that he may actually be the only true forkball thrower in the major leagues at this point. The defensive alignment is Luis Torrens behind the plate, Pete Alonso at first, Jeff McNeil at second, Francisco Lindor at short, Mark Vientos at third, Brandon Nimmo at left field, Tyrone Taylor in center, and Juan Soto in right field. And as Senga finishes his last warm-up pitches, Corbin Carroll is getting ready to step up to the plate. John Bacon is the plate umpire. And Corbin Carroll does not have a hit in the series. He's hitting .289 with 9 home runs, 23 RBIs, and hitting at a .980 OPS. As Senga sets and throws the first pitch, it is a sinker down low for ball 1. And Senga sets, and he fires another pitch off the plate for ball 2. Count is now 2-0. Senga set, and he fires a cut fastball that Corbin Carroll swings over the top of to bring our count to 2-1. We are here at Citi Field with the Diamondbacks' first batter. Corbin Carroll bloops a single into left field, and that is Carroll's first hit of the series. Looked like Nimmo could have caught the ball, but he took an odd route to it, and it dropped in. Corbin Carroll is a speedster who is definitely capable of taking the extra base, so maybe the caution. And the next batter is Gerardo Perdomo. Perdomo is hitting .267 on the season. He takes his first pitch, and he fouls it off. The count is 0-1. On the season, Perdomo is hitting .267 with 4 home runs, 24 RBIs, and an .807 OPS. And Perdomo shows bunt, but the pitch is inside and spins him around. We even the count at 1-1. Over the first 2 games of this series, Perdomo is 3 hits, and he has 3 RBIs. Senga fires a cutter just on the outside part of the plate. I thought it was a ball, but John Bacon calls it a strike to bring the count to 1-2. Perdomo takes a step out of the box. Now he resets. 4-seam fastball is fouled off. Senga takes a step off the mound, composing himself. Now he sets. And he throws over to first base to keep Corbin Carroll close to the bag. First disengagement. And Senga fires a sinker that is swung over the top of by Perdomo, and that is a strikeout for the first out of the game. Pavin Smith, the first baseman, is coming up to bat. And Senga fires over to first once again to chase Carroll back to the bag. Senga fires, and there goes Corbin Carroll, and he is thrown out at second base, caught stealing. Torrens does a great job of getting the ball out quickly. Beautiful throw to second base, and Carroll slides right into the bag. It was thrown on a line. Pavin Smith is back in the box, and the count is 1-0. Senga sets, and he fires a changeup that is called strike one. Count is now 1-1. Senga sets, and he fires a fastball that catches the outside corner. The count is now 1-2. And the forkball is thrown down low for ball 2. Count is now even up at 2-2. There are 2 outs with no runners on. And the forkball is inside, and Smith swings over the top of it for called strike 3. So that is 2 strikeouts in the inning for Kodai Senga. The Diamondbacks are retired in an unusual fashion, but they are 1-2-3 and out of there. Normally, you don't see Corbin Carroll get caught stealing very often, but Torrens did a fantastic job gunning him down at second. The ball was thrown in the perfect spot, and as he slid into Carroll slid into second base, he ran right through the gloves. Definitely out. No need to challenge. And the Diamondbacks are heading out the field. Zach Gallen will be on the bump, and the Mets are getting ready to take their first at bats in the bottom half of the frame. Like to apologize a little bit for not getting the notification out on this stream a bit earlier, but I had some business out in town that I had to take care of, and it ended up taking me just a tad bit longer than I thought it would. So I didn't get back here late, and I didn't get the stream set up until late. So once again, I'd like to apologize for that. It's not normally how I do business, but hopefully it'll be an enjoyable game for all to be had. And I enjoy calling them. I hope you guys like it, listening to them. And Zach Gallen's numbers on the season, he's 1-4. His ERA is a 5.57. He has 15 walks and 35 strikeouts. His WHIP is a 139. Zach had a outstanding start against the Yankees where he had 13 strikeouts, and since then he hasn't pitched well. Francisco Lindor steps up to the plate. Lindor is hitting .308 on the season with 6 home runs. He has 3 hits in the series, and he takes a fastball up high for call, strike 1. Count is 0-1. Lindor takes the second pitch of the at-bat and fouls it off. Count is now 0-2. Gallen sets, and he fires a fastball up and away to bring the count to 1-1 or 1-2. And Francisco Lindor fouls the ball down the first base line. Count is still 1-2. We're in the bottom of the first. The score is 0-0. There are no runners on and nobody out. Count is 1-2 to Francisco Lindor. Lindor gets ready for the pitch. Gallen fires, and it is fouled off once again. Count still remains 1-2. And Lindor hits a lazy fly ball to left field. Lourdes Gurriel is camped under it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the game, or the inning. And up comes to the plate Juan Soto. Soto on the season is hitting .241 with 3 home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .752 OPS. And Soto takes the first pitch down and away for a ball. It definitely looked like it was in the strike zone, but the umpire did not call the pitch. And Gallen fires a knuckle curve for call, strike one on the inside portion of the plate. Count is evened up at 1-1. Gallen fires a fastball inside for ball, and the count is 2-1. Gallen sets and he fires. Knuckle curve that also looked like it was in the strike zone, but it's called a ball. Count is now 3-1. It's sort of amazing. Soto hits a ground ball to Perdomo. Perdomo fires across the diamond to Josh Naylor to record the second out. The Diamondbacks have retired two hitters in this inning, and the third batter is coming up to bat. And Pete Alonso swings at the first pitch, and he hits it, a fly ball on the foul territory. Pavin Smith goes to get it, but it ends up in the stands. So the count is 0-1. Alonso is hitting .343 on the season with 7 home runs, 28 RBIs, and an 1132 OPS. Gallen sets and he fires a fastball down low for ball one. That evens the count at 1-1. Gallen sets and fires. This time it is squeaked through for a single to right field. So Alonso is the Mets' first base runner of the game. Want to thank John the Beagle Dad and Lou for hopping in. So we are in the bottom of the first. There are 2 outs and a runner at first. And Jesse Winker is coming up in the cleanup spot, the DH for today. And he takes the first pitch up high for ball one. Count is 1-0. And Gallen fires a cutter that is swung on and missed on the inside portion of the plate. The count is 1-1. There are 2 outs with a runner at first base. And Gallen fires a knuckle curve that looks like it was a strike, but once again, the umpire Bacon is not calling any pitches for Gallen on the outside portion of the plate. He fires another curveball to even the count up for 2-2. Gallen sets and he fires a fastball upstairs that's called a ball. The count is now full, 3-2. The on-deck hitter is Mark Vientos. Gallen sets, he fires, and it is fouled off. And we will restart it again. And Winker steps up to the plate. Gallen sets. And he fires, and the ball is once again fouled off. So we'll end up doing it again. And Gallen is on the bump. He sets. And he fires a knuckle curve that is in for call, strike 3. And that is Gallen's first strikeout of the game. We're scoreless after 1. Each team has a hit. And we're heading to a commercial break. All right. Lou, the score is donut to donut. And how do you think we'll do against San Diego next week? Well, if we have patient at bats, I think that the Yankees are capable of holding their own. The Padres definitely have some big bats in their lineup to be cautious about. Fernando Tatis is certainly one. Manny Machado has always been known for hurting the Yankees whenever we play them. Xander Bogaerts, longtime ex-Red Sox, knows the Yankees very well and always does well against New York. So it'll be a dogfight, I'm sure. And I think we're going to end up having Max Fried pitch in that series at one given point. So we will see what we have. For those of you that are out there, I appreciate you supporting the Ugly Truth by hopping on and catching some of our play-by-play streams. Obviously, it's not a Yankee game because the Yankees are off today. So figured that I would call the getaway game for the Diamondbacks and the Mets. And we are back from commercial break. Kodai Senga is throwing the last of his warm-up pitches. The Mets lead the league in lowest team ERA with a 2.24 ERA. Naylor swings at the first pitch and grounds it to the second baseman for the first out of the inning. Eugenio Suarez is stepping up to the plate. He's hitting 200 on the season, leads the National League with 200 or 10 home runs, and he has 20 RBIs. And he takes the first pitch down low for ball 1. And Senga fires the cutter that catches the inside portion of the plate for call, strike 1. Count is evened at 1-1. And Senga paints a fastball on the outside corner for call, strike 2. Count is 1-2. Senga fires a ball that is off the plate, and it is called a ball. Count is even at 2-2. Senga sets, and he fires a pitch in the dirt. Count is now full. Senga sets, and he fires, and Suarez hits a hard ball down the third base line. Just foul. Vientos made a diving play on it. Suarez is back in the box, and he hits a ball to center field. Tyrone Taylor camps under the ball and catches it for the second out of the inning. And Lourdes Gurriel is coming up to the plate. He's hitting 181 with 4 home runs, 15 RBIs, and a 546 OPS. He's 2 for 6 in the series, no homers and no RBIs. Sengai sets and he fires a changeup for call, strike 1. Sengai fires the next pitch, a slider that's on the lower portion of the plate that's fouled off. Count is now 0-2. We are in the top of the second with no runners on, 2 outs, and the score tied at 0-0. Senga sets and fires, and Gurriel fouls the ball down the third base line. We'll do it all over again. Senga steps off the mound. He's scuffing the ball up a bit. He comes in with a fastball that is fouled off. Count still remains 0-2. Senga sets, and he fires a forkball in the dirt, bringing the count to 1-2. Gurriel actually held off on the forkball. Senga has a high swing and miss rate on that pitch. And Senga fires a forkball on the inside that Gurriel swings over the top of, this time for the strikeout. And that retires the Diamondbacks side. We are heading to the bottom of the second. The score is 0-0, and there's 1 hit for each team. No errors. So now we go into commercial break. It's been a very quiet game thus far. Not a lot of action going on. So how are you guys feeling? If you haven't, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe to Yankees The Ugly Truth. And if you think you can find value from the content on this channel, please share it with your friends. If you choose to make a comment, I will do my best to answer it, but I will definitely acknowledge any comment that's put out there. So in advance, thank you for your support. The Ugly Truth airs generally on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. in the morning. Whenever the Yankees have a new series, I'll do a pre-series review. Like we'll have one tomorrow for the Yankees and Tampa Bay Rays. Now we're back to the broadcast. And a lot of advertising. From here, the Diamondbacks head out to Philadelphia to face the Phillies. Gallen sets and he fires a cutter that is called strike 1. Mark Vientos is the batter. Vientos homered off of Corbin Burns last night. Vientos takes a step out of the box for a time. Vientos is hitting .212 on the season. Gallen sets and he fires a fastball inside to even the count at 1-1. And Vientos hits a fly ball to center field. Alex Thomas, the center fielder, closes on the ball. He catches it and retires the first hitter of the inning. Brandon Nimmo is coming up to bat. He's hitting .216 with 6 home runs, 21 RBIs, and a .673 OPS. Nimmo is 0 for 1 in this series. And Nimmo takes the first pitch up and inside for ball 1. And Nimmo taps the second pitch to second baseman Tim Tawa to record the second out of the inning. And catcher Luis Torrens is coming up to the plate. Torrens is hitting .258 with a homer, 10 RBIs, and a .712 OPS. And Gallen fires a fastball up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Torrens fires a cutter up and away for ball 2. Count is now 2-0. I see that Real Bill P has joined the stream, so thank you, brother. Appreciate it. And Gallen throws a fastball down the heart of the plate, and it's taken for strike 1. Count is 2-1. And Gallen pitches a knuckle curve that is swung over the top by Torrens. The count is now evened up at 2-2. We're in the bottom of the second. The score is 0-0. There are 2 outs with no runners on base. Gallen fires a knuckle curve that's taken down low for ball 3. The count is now full, 3-2. And Jeff McNeil is on deck. And Gallen throws the knuckle curve in the dirt for ball 4. Torrens, the catcher, is heading to first base. McNeil takes the first pitch up and in for ball 1. McNeil is hitting, and the ball is hit. It is hit into the gap, and Alex Thomas slides and gets the ball. And he gets Gallen out of the second inning. It looked like it was going to be a hit into the power gap, and Thomas ran it down. Very fast outfielder and very good defensive ball player. If there's any knock that I have for the Diamondbacks outfield, it's the lack of big, strong arms. Let us see. Comment from Real Bill that I was watching Big Inning on MLB, and my son said that you were doing a play-by-play, so I dashed over. I appreciate that, Bill. Thank you very much. Obviously, we don't have a Yankees game today. However, I like to call a game every once in a while, and figured I'd do another Diamondbacks one. The last one I did, we saw Eugenio Suarez hit 4 home runs and 4 at bats. Pretty good night, all in all. This game is a rubber match. The Mets and the Diamondbacks are split 1-1. And I saw the pitching matchup. Kodai Senga, very good Japanese pitcher, versus Zach Gallen, a guy who handed the Yankees their butts in his start against us. And I thought it'd be a good pitching match, and it hasn't disappointed. We're going to the top of the third right now, and each team has 1 hit. Hasn't truly been a threat. You've seen some good defensive play. 1 attempted steal, which who was gunned out, and that was for the Diamondbacks. Corbin Carroll, the speedster, was thrown out by former Yankee farmhand Luis Torrens. It just amazes me how much catching talent that the Yankees have traded away, and they are catching for other teams. Narvaez down to the Marlins. He's having a historic start for his true major league career. Torrance has done well. Alec Thomas steps up to the plate, and he takes a forkball down low for ball 1. Alec Thomas is hitting .288 on the season with no home runs, 12 RBIs, and a .748 OPS. Senga throws the pitch. Thomas checks the swing. Third base umpire confirms that he did not go. Count is 2-0. Senga fires his ghost forkball that Thomas swings over the top of to bring your count 1-2. Senga sets and he fires, and the ball is in the dirt, bringing our count to 3-1. We're in the top of the third. Alec Thomas is our hitter, and there is no one on board. And Thomas shoots a single through the infield into right field. Good contact on the ball, and makes it down to first base, makes a turn. Alec Thomas is another one of the Diamondback speedsters, and he is certainly a threat to run. The batter is Tim Tawa. He is 0 for 8 in the series, and he is taking Ketel Marte's spot while he's on the IL. Tawa's hitting .182 with 4 home runs on the season. And Tawa takes a forkball on the outside corner for call, strike 1. The count is 0-1. And Tawa takes a pitch. He tries to bunt it, but it's foul. So the count is now 0-2. So where do we go from here? Certainly not going to try to bunt. Is he going to pull a Yankee number 1 and strike out? Or is he going to have a base hit? Are we going to have a productive out? Diamondbacks seem to have a very good philosophy. And Senga throws over to first base to hold Alec Thomas closer to the bag. Looks like Ketel Marte is going to come back to the Diamondbacks during this season. And Senga bounces a slider in the dirt to bring the count to 1-2. Senga wasn't even anywhere close with that pitch. Torrance did a good defensive job to do a backhand stab at the ball. And Tawa takes the pitch and he chops it foul. Count is still 1-2. It looks like Senga is throwing away on all hitters that he's facing. And Senga elevates a cut fastball that Tawa swings through for strike 3. And that's the first out of the inning. A non-productive out by Tim Tawa. And Jose Herrera, the catcher, is up to bat. Herrera is hitting 103 on the season with 1 home run, 2 RBIs, and a 394 OPS. And Senga paints a fastball that is swung through in the upper right corner for strike 1. And Senga fires a cutter that is looked on, and it's called strike 2. The exact same pitch that Zach Gallen saw. They were all balls, and that one's a strike. Inconsistent calls drive pitchers crazy, and it doesn't help the hitters out. Senga sets, and he fires, and the ball is fouled off. Senga sets, and he fires. The ghost fork that is down low. Herrera did not chase it. Good job. And the count is now 1-2. Senga fires a fastball that is fouled off. Count remains 1-2. There is a runner at first base with 1 out. Count is 1-2 on Jose Herrera, and there are no runs as of this point. Senga sets and lays off a sinker that's down. So count is now even at 2-2, and Corbin Carroll is on deck, the leadoff hitter. And Herrera sends the ball out to right center that drops in for a base hit. Alec Thomas advances to third base. So there are runners at first and third. There is 1 out, and former Rookie of the Year Corbin Carroll is coming up to the plate. Corbin started the game out with a single in the first inning. So this is an opportunity for the Diamondbacks to jump on the board first. Senga sets, and he fires, and the Carroll swings over the top of the fork for an 0-1 count. Carroll is 1 for 1 on the day with a single in the first. And Senga fires a fastball that is off the plate to bring the count to 1-1. Senga sets, and he fires a ball inside to bring the count to 2-1. There are runners at first and third with 1 out. There is no score in the game, and we are sitting in the top of the third inning. Senga sets and he fires. The ball is fouled off to bring the count even to 2-2. We are in the top of the third, and Senga is coming up to pitch number 50. And Carroll swings through a 96-mile-an-hour fastball at the top of the strike zone. So that is Senga's fifth strikeout of the game. And Gerardo Perdomo is coming up to bat. Perdomo was a strikeout victim in the first inning. Perdomo's in the box. Senga sets. He fires, and the ball is off the plate for ball one. Perdomo's back in the box, and he takes the pitch down low to bring the count to 2-0. We are in the top of the third. There are runners at first and second with 2 outs, and the count is 2-0 on Gerardo Perdomo. He takes the third pitch up and in for ball 3. The count is now 3-0. And Pavin Smith is on deck. And let's see, Senga sets. Fires a ball down in the dirt, and Perdomo doesn't bite on it. And that is ball 4 to load the bases. The bases are juiced with Diamondbacks, and the pitching coach for the Mets is coming out with his interpreter. Let's see, a couple of comments from Real. I'd like to see our pitching coaches teach the forkball to our 12 to 6 pitchers. It seems like the Japanese use the fork a lot more than Americans and Caribbean. Absolutely correct. That was a perfect situation with runners at third for a bunt. The runner on first could have advanced and run could have been scored. Well, Pavin Smith comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first. And there's a cut fastball for strike 1. Pavin is back in the box. And he takes the ghost fastball that is swung over the top of. And that brings the count to 0-2. Bases are juiced with Diamondbacks. There are 2 outs, and the count is 0-2 to left-handed hitter Pavin Smith. And the ghost forkball gets Pavin Smith for the strikeout, ending the third inning. He has 3 strikeouts through 3 scoreless innings. All right, folks, I'm going to step away from the camera for a second, but I will definitely be back before the next pitch. All right, I am back. And let's see, another comment from Real Bill P. We are old school. That is definitely a fact of life. Wow, first and third with one out and a big ass goose egg. Gee, that sounds like the Yankee way, doesn't it? And Zach Gallen is coming out for the bottom of the third inning. And Tyrone Taylor is stepping up to the plate. He's hitting 222 on the season with 1 home run, 6 RBIs, and a 592 OPS. Gallen sets and he fires a fastball that is on the outside corner for call, strike one. And Gallen is ahead 0-2. Taylor sets and he takes a fastball up and out of the strike zone for ball one. Count is now 1-2. And Gallen fires a fastball that locks up Taylor, and that is call, strike three. So the count is, or the first runner is down, and we have Francisco Lindor stepping up to the plate. Lindor flew out in the first inning, and he takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike one. And Gallen sets and he fires. This time, Lindor rolls over the ball to second baseman Tim Cowa, who shoots it to Naylor at first and retires the second batter of the inning. Very low pitch count. Juan Soto is stepping up to the plate. In this series, Juan Soto has no hits. In 46 games versus the Diamondbacks, Juan Soto has a career batting average of 148. And Gallen fires a fastball in the inside corner, call strike one, count even at 1-1. Gallen sets and he fires a cutter up and on the outside corner for call, strike two. That time the pitch was actually a ball, but Gallen finally got one. Soto's got his look and is complaining a bit to the umpire. Gallen fires his knuckle curve that is down low for ball one. Or ball two, excuse me. The count is even at 2-2. Pete Alonso is on deck. Gallen fires a changeup that's down low, and the count is now full, 3-2. We're in the bottom of the third. There are no runners on. The count is 3-2 with 2 outs. And Soto calls time and steps out of the box as Gallen's about to deliver the pitch. Soto's back in the box, and Gallen sets and he fires a changeup down low. Soto doesn't chase, so that's ball 4. So Soto works a 2-out walk. Pete Alonso is stepping up to the plate. Alonso is 1-for-1 with a single in the first inning and the only Met hit on the day thus far. Gallen sets and fires a knuckle curve that is swung over the top, bringing our count to 0-1. Runner at first base with 2 outs. The score is tied 0-0. And Alonso takes a ball up and in. A little bit of a tower buzz there to bring our count even to 1-1. Gallen sets and he fires a fastball down low for call, strike 2. Gallen is locating his fastball today. Gallen is walking around the bump. Now he's ready. He sets. And Alonso taps the ball, check swing, taps the ball to Tim Tawa, the second baseman. He flips it to first base to record the third out of the inning. We are heading to the top of the fourth. Airtime has been just under an hour, and the game seems to be moving very quickly. And a Real Bill comment, Alonso helped them out. He certainly did. We seem to only have a few viewers today, but I still enjoy calling play-by-plays. So long as you guys are willing to listen, I'm willing to call. And we are once again in a commercial break. Yeah, Bill, I saw about using a VPN. I'm older. I'm not tech savvy. I'd probably have to have my son come over to try to set one up. I can see the games, even though we're in a blackout zone here for Masson. I just hate listening to the Orioles announcers, particularly because all they do is talk trash the whole time, and a lot of it doesn't make any sense. No. Making a sandwich too. And we are back to the broadcast. Arizona has 3 hits. Mets have been limited to 1 hit. Understood, Bill. And Naylor starts us out on the 4th. Kodai Senga sets and he fires a cutter on the outside portion of the plate for ball 1. Senga sets and fires again, down low for ball 2. The count is now 2-0. Senga sets and Naylor checks his swing, and the umpire said no, he didn't, and he rings him on a strike. So the count is now 2-1. Senga sets and he fires. Ball is off the plate, bringing our count to 3-1. And Senga sets and he fires a cutter that is off the plate for ball 4. And Naylor walks to first base. Diamondbacks had an excellent opportunity last inning to bring a run in, but they failed to bring any runs in when they had runners at first and third and then loaded. Eugenio Suarez is up to bat. He takes a cut fastball that he fouls off, bringing our count to 0-1. Suarez is 0 for 1 today with a flyout in the second inning. Naylor is dancing at first, and Torrens tells him to step off the rubber, and he looks over at Josh Naylor at first to get him back on the bag. Not sure why they would do that. Naylor's not a big threat to steal. And the ghost forkball is thrown, and Suarez swings over the top to bring the count to 0-2. Senga sets, and he fires. Suarez rolls over the ball to third, and I don't know about that. They rung this up as a 6-4-3 double play, but I'm not sure that this actually is a double play. I believe the Diamondbacks are probably going to end up challenging this one. Once again, another umpire blown call. These guys are going to make it easy to bring in the robot assist. And looking at the play, Suarez is on the bag, and the ball still hasn't reached the first baseman's glove. So as we wait for the replay review, they challenged both the out at second and out at first. The things that are aggravating are these plays are supposed to be reviewed in under a minute, and we're definitely longer than that. And the umpire comes back and confirms that the runner is out at second, overturns the call at first. It's Suarez is safe at first, and the Diamondbacks retain their challenge. So we have one out with a runner at first. We're in the top of the fourth, and Lourdes Gurriel is stepping up the plate. His first at bat, he struck out in the second. Gurriel is in the box. Kodai is set. He fires his ghost slider well off the plate for ball 1. We are in the fourth inning, and Senga's pitch count is 66 pitches. And Gurriel hits a line drive into right center. Eugenio Suarez stops at second. And we have a pair of base runners in the fourth. There are runners at first and second with one out. Let's see. And Alec Thomas is coming up to the plate. Thomas singled in the first inning, or in the third inning in his first plate appearance. Senga sets and he fires a pitch off the plate. Sinker is running a little bit wild today. The count is 1-0. Thomas is currently on a 5-game hitting streak. Senga fires a fastball that Thomas swings over the top of to bring the count to 1-1. For those of you dropping in, we are doing a play-by-play for the Arizona Diamondbacks New York Mets game. The score is 0-0. We're in the top of the fourth. There is one out with runners at first and second. And Alec Thomas is up to bat. Senga fires a pitch that is inside. The count is now 2-1. Senga fires a pitch and Thomas hits the ball sharply into center field. One run scores. Gurriel advances to third. And on the throw, Alec Thomas advances to second. So there are runners at second and third with one out, and the Diamondbacks have scored the first run of the game. It apparently they gave McNeil an error for the throw to third base, and Tim Tao steps up to the plate. The first pitch is low for a ball. And Tao takes the second pitch up and in. The count is now 2-0. It looks like the throw from McNeil to Vientos grazes his shoulder. And the fastball misses way upstairs. The count is 3-0 with runners at second and third and one out. I see. And the pitch is off the plate. So that is the third walk issued by Kodai Senga to load the bases. And the bases are juiced with Diamondbacks with one out. Let's see if this time they can actually score a run. Good afternoon, Charles. Glad to see you hopping in on the stream. If you haven't, please hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And if you value this content, I have a regular show on Tuesdays and Thursdays with some erratic live streams. I believe in the ability for people to participate in open panels because I like to hear what you're thinking. The only thing that I don't do is I don't do talking points. And let's see. Herrera is stepping up to the plate. He had an excellent at-bat against Senga last at-bat. And Herrera takes a forkball up for call, strike one. The count is 0-1. The bases are juiced with Diamondbacks. We have one out. Senga fires a forkball in the dirt, a 57-foot forkball that bounces in front of the plate. Senga seems to have lost the strike zone. He is up, down, all over the place. So this may be the end for Senga. And he throws a forkball in the dirt. Herrera checks his swing verified by the third base umpire. So the count is now 2 balls and 1 strike, and we have Corbin Carroll up on deck. Senga sets, and he fires. Herrera jammed, and he popped a fly ball to the shortstop, actually third baseman. Infield fly rule applies. So that is the second Thank you, Charles. I appreciate you subbing. The infield fly rule applies, so that is the second out of the inning. And we have Corbin Carroll stepping up to the plate. He takes a fastball up and away for ball 1. Corbin Carroll leads the major leagues in extra base hits. They are looking to do some damage, and Senga fires a forkball wildly down in the dirt, bouncing probably 56 feet from the mound. So once again, it is 2-0 on a runner or on a hitter. Senga is at 81 pitches. The 2-0 is fouled off. It was a fastball right at the knees, and that was the pitch to tee off for Carroll. Bases are juiced with Diamondbacks. 2-1 count. And Carroll fouls the ball down the first base line to even the count at 2-2. The Mets had the bases, or the Diamondbacks had the bases loaded last inning and could not get a run in. Once again, we have bases loaded. The pitch is into Carroll, and he fouls it off. So it remains 2-2, and we'll reset and do it again. Looks like Senga has thrown his ghost forkball, trying to get a strikeout of Carroll. Carroll has already been victimized by that ghost forkball once this game. Senga sets, and the 2-2 is on the way, and Carroll fouls it off once again. During the last Carroll at bat, Corbin saw a lot of ghost forkballs, and then got put out on a fastball up. And Senga fires a fastball off the plate to bring the count to 3-2. Runners will be going, and Corbin hits a ball deep to left field. Nimmo back to the track, and he goes up on the wall and brings it in to record the third out of the inning. Nimmo just saved Senga's butt on that one. But once again, the Diamondbacks had the bases loaded and did not manage to bring a run across the plate. So if the Mets come back and beat the Diamondbacks in this rubber match, they will have nobody to blame but themselves. Situational hitting, bases loaded with 1 out, 2 separate innings, and couldn't pop a run in either occasion. Bad situational hitting, lack of patience at the plate, multiple strikeouts and pop outs to the infield. Trying to be a hero, going for the long ball. Doesn't work in the Bronx. It doesn't work in Citi Field. It doesn't work in Chase Field. It's the people that know how to play small ball that win championships. People going for the home run, always end up short. And Real Bill, you have that one absolutely correct, brother. Self-inflicted bad offense. Those 2 innings have probably aggravated me as much as any Yankee game that I've seen, where there were ample opportunities and you had a pitcher on the ropes that if you showed patience, he was going to walk you. Diamondbacks are looking for a series victory, but the Diamondbacks have not won a series in Citi Field since 2017. So they are looking to actually break that trend. And Gallen fires a fastball up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Jesse Winker is the DH. And Gallen fires another fastball. This time it clips the outside corner for call, strike 1, even in count at 1-1. The score is 1-0 Diamondbacks. We are in the bottom of the 4th, and the count is 1-2 on Jesse Winker. Zach Gallen is on the bump, and he has only thrown 54 pitches. He's been very efficient today. And he fires a fastball up and in. Winker swings over the top for strike 3. So that's the first out in the 4th inning. And we have Mark Vientos stepping up to the plate. And he takes a slider, swings over the top of it for a strike. Count is 0-1 with 1 out. Vientos steps out of the box. Now he's stepping back in. Gallen sets and he fires a fastball on the outside corner. Vientos looks at the strike. The count is now 0-2. There's one out with no runners on. And Vientos follows with a knuckle curve that is fouled into Herrera's glove. So completes the strikeout and the second out of the inning. And Brandon Nimmo is stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. Nimmo is hitting .214 on the season. And Gallen throws a curveball in for strike 1. The count is 0-1. Second pitch is a curveball or a cutter up that is fouled off. The count is 0-2. Gallen today has been attacking hitters, not being behind in the count whatsoever, and he is about to complete 4 innings, and he's only at 60 pitches. A fastball that is up and in for ball 1. Count is 1-2. And Gallen fires a curveball in the dirt to even the count at 2-2. And Gallen fires the curve, a swing and a miss for strike 3. So we are headed to the top of the 5th in New York. The Diamondbacks lead the Mets 1-0. We have gone into a commercial break. We are 1 hour and 20 minutes into this broadcast. Yeah, Gallon is looking like the Gallon that we saw in New York, Bill. Since leaving the Bronx, he has had 3 really bad outings where he's walked a lot of batters. But today, he seems like he's on point. A lot of swing and misses. He's able to drop a curve or a knuckle curve at will into the strike zone, and it has the Met hitters confused. The other interesting fact is this is game 3 of the series, and former New York Yankee Juan Soto doesn't have a hit in this series. He was hitting when he started with this first at bat at 241 on the season, and he's 0 for 2 so far. So obviously that batting average is dipping a little bit more. It definitely appears that the Met fans are frustrated. Soto is a high caliber hitter. Some call him a generational talent. I would probably agree with regard to the at bats, not the fielding portion of it. But he is going to be fine. Met fans just need to have patience. And Gerardo Perdomo is coming up to bat in the top of the 5th. He has taken his practice swings, and Genesis Cabrera is now in the game. He has an ERA of 7.88 in 8 innings pitch, and he's got a 12-5 strikeout to walk ratio. Cabrera fires the first pitch inside corner for call strike 1. And the second pitch is up and inside for ball 1. Even in the count at 1-1, that was a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Cabrera sets and he fires. Perdomo pops the ball along the line in right field, and Soto looks like he doesn't have the ball. He's staggering out there, but he pulls the ball in for a catch to get the first out of the inning. And Pavin Smith steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 2 on the day with 2 strikeouts. And he takes the first fastball inside for ball 1. And the pitch is off the plate. Cabrera seems to be working in and out to the Diamondback hitters. The count is now 2-0. There are no runners on with 1 out. We are in the top of the 5th. Cabrera fires another pitch on the inside for ball 3. Count is now 3-0. And Josh Naylor is on deck. Cabrera sets and he fires a fastball that catches the outside corner for strike 1. The count is 3-1. Cabrera sets and he fires. Ball catches the outside corner for strike 2. The count is now 3-2. Cabrera sets and he fires. The ball is off the plate for base on balls. Josh Naylor is stepping up to the plate. That is the fourth walk to a Diamondback hitter. Looks like Max Kranick is warming up in the bullpen. Josh Naylor is 0 for 1 today and walked in the fourth. Cabrera sets and he fires another pitch inside for ball one. The count is 1-0. Cabrera sets and fires a fastball up high for call, strike one. Count evens up at 1-1. Cabrera sets, he fires, and Naylor hits a fly ball deep, and it is off the top of the wall. It stays in play, and Pavin Smith stops at third. Naylor stops at second. Soto misjudged the ball. It goes off the top of the wall. It looked like Tyrone Taylor was going to come in and make a spectacular save. When Naylor hit the ball, I thought it was gone. It hit the orange line on the top of the wall and then back in play. So they are doing a crew chief review. It's not a challenge. So they're trying to clarify whether this was actually a home run or not. Honestly, it looked like it hit off the top of the fence. It's real close, but I think the play is going to end up standing. And the ball hit into the top of the padding and then bounced. So we are currently under a crew chief review for a possible home run. Manhattan is reviewing it, and we are waiting for the results. Bill, you think it's a home run? The umpire review is confirmed. The ball remains in play, and it is a double. So once again, the Diamondbacks have two runners in scoring position. Carlos Mendoza is coming out to the mound, and he is taking the baseball. Max Kranick is coming into the game. So we are once again in a commercial break. Man, Bill, I tell you what, that's as close to a home run as you could possibly get without actually getting it. So how are you guys feeling about the broadcast? Thank you for those that are watching in the shadows, those that have commented. I want to thank y'all for your support. You're here on the Ugly Truth with the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the New York Met play-by-play for this afternoon's rubber match. If you could comment or hit the like button, that'd be most appreciated. If you're not, please consider subscribing. And if you think that you can find value from this channel, recommend it to your friends. We do some play-by-plays. That's not the main focus here. I have shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays that is open panel format, so everyone can come up if they choose and speak their piece and their opinions. Nobody's opinion is attacked or wrong. We do some pre-series reviews, postseason series reviews, and I do some work on NY Yankees Mania with Joe, doing play-by-play. Also, I've done play-by-play with him. We've done pre and post-game reviews, and if you're looking for good quality content, definitely out there for you. Kranick is on the mound. Suarez is up to bat, and he fires a fastball that is called strike one. Kranick fires, and Suarez swings through the pitch. And now it is 0-2 on Suarez. Suarez is 0 for 2 today with a flyout and a fielder's choice, a run scored. Suarez hits a fly ball to center. It's carrying back, and Taylor is on the track and secures the ball for the second out. Smith tags up and comes in to score the second run of the game. Diamondbacks are up deuce to 0. Runners advance to third, so there's a runner at third base with 2 outs, and Lourdes Gurriel is coming up to the plate. He is 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a single. Lourdes started the day with a 179 batting average, and he's raised it to 187, so he's approaching the Mendoza line. Gurriel takes the first pitch and fouls it off. Kranick sets and he fires. Gurriel fouls the second pitch off. The count is now 0-2. There is a runner at third with 2 outs and an 0-2 count on the hitter, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Kodai Senga, the Met starting pitcher, only managed to get through 4 innings. And the pitch is in and fouled on the third base line by Gurriel. We'll reset and do it all over again. Count is 0-2. And the ball is chopped to first base. Alonso gets the ball, and he flips to Kranick as he's coming to first base to record the third out of the inning. Diamondbacks have 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. The Mets have no runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Yeah, Bill, I agree. There definitely is a nice crowd there for a game in the middle of the day. Guess the businessman special is popular there. And we are on a commercial break. We're an hour and 36 minutes into our broadcast, and it seems to be going reasonably quick. I'm glad that we have got folks bouncing in and out. I'm glad that people are enjoying the content, at least for a little bit, maybe while at lunch or on their work. Yeah, comment from Real Bill. The Mets got lucky. The Diamondbacks let them off the hook. Bill, they've let them off the hook several times. This game should probably be closer to 5 or 6 to nothing right now. But the disease that I always complain about is you let people hang around long enough, they're going to come back and bite you in the butt every time. Well, Bill, I hope that you have a bit of luck. Actually, down here in Virginia Beach, it's actually very sunny and not a chance of rain. And the first pitch by Torrance is hit to Eugenio Suarez at third. He fires across the diamond to record the first out of the inning. One pitch, one out. Understood, Bill. Gallen has thrown 64 pitches in the game. And the first pitch is fired, called strike one. Jeff McNeil is the batter. He is 0 for 1. He flew out in the second inning. And he takes the second pitch and fouls it down the first base line. Count is now 0-2. Once again, Gallen is on the bump. It is 0-2 with one out. He sets. He fires a fastball that McNeil swings through it, and it is strike three for the second out. Gallen has struck out 4 out of the last 5 Mets that he's faced, and he is looking good with his pitch count today. Gallen fires a fastball just off the plate for ball one. Gallen sets and he fires. The pitch is fouled off to bring the count even to 1-1. We're in the bottom of the fifth. The score is 2-0 Diamondbacks. There are 2 outs with no runners on. The count is 1-1 to Tyrone Taylor. And the ball is hit line drive to Lourdes Gurriel in left field. He only had to take a couple of steps to bring the ball in, and that was a quick bottom of the fifth. Bill, that is definitely the case. Gallen is in or close to the zone, and I don't think these Met hitters know exactly what to do with him, especially with his ability to throw his curve/knuckle curve in for a strike at any given point. That was the pitch that really hurt the Yankees when we faced them in the Bronx. Gallen ended up striking 13 Yankees out that game. Season high versus any one given pitcher. So we are sitting in a commercial break right now, and we have a silent pause. And the first good commercial I have is a commercial for MLB TV with Aaron Judge hitting a bomb. My nephew is graduating from the University of Michigan this weekend as an aeronautical engineer, and the guest speaker for the commencement ceremony is Derek Jeter. And Alec Thomas takes a strike for ball or for the first pitch. Thomas is 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. And Thomas bounces the ball down the first baseline. Alonso fields it clearly, flips it to the pitcher to record the first out of the inning. Kranick made good time getting to first. Oh my God! Now they're talking about this damn Grimace seat. And Tim Tawa is stepping up to the plate. First pitch is a ball off the plate. And the second pitch is up high for a ball. Count is now 2-0. Kranick is pitching fast. And the ball is hit to center field. Taylor closes on it, good distance, and makes the out. Personal pet peeve, 1 pitch outs. Jose Herrera, the catcher, is up to bat, and he takes a first pitch up for a call, strike 1. Herrera is hitting 129 on the season with 1 home run, and he is 1 for 2 with a single in the third. Kranick fires. Herrera fouls the pitch off, brings the count to 0-2. Kranick sets, and he fires, and the ball is popped foul to third. Vientos tracks it and brings the ball in for the third out of the game. We are heading to the bottom of the 6th. And we are back in a commercial break, so I'm going to mute for a sec, and I will be right back. And I am back with the broadcast. I'm taking a quick shot at trying to get some lunch in. A bit hungry today. Uh, the I had a show this morning, a live stream at from 10 to about 11:15. I had to go do some running about to get back here in time for the live stream, and I didn't have the opportunity to grab lunch. So I'm having a bit of broccoli and cheese soup. Uh, yeah, you're right, Bill. That was almost a collision between Taylor and Soto. Uh, Not sure which one would have worked out, would have taken the worst end of that one. Looks like the Diamondbacks have a very tough schedule coming up. They're going to Philadelphia, then they have the Mets, they go to LA, they have the Giants, and they finish the month with the Rockies. And Francisco Lindor is going to be the batter. He's 0 for 2 today with a flyout and a groundout. Gallen sets and he fires a curveball in for strike one. Gallen is a good pitch count. He's got 71 pitches on the game so far. And he fires a fastball. Lindor chases the ball out of the strike zone to bring the count to 0-2. Lindor's in the box. Gallen sets and he fires a four-seamer up and away. Count is now 1-2. And Gallen is starting to nibble. There is a ball off the plate to bring the count to 2-2. And he fires a fastball away. So now the count is 3-2. It's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Gallen fires a curveball that Lindor swings over the top. It bounces in the dirt, and Herrera completes the strikeout by throwing to first base, and Juan Soto is coming up to bat. Understood, Sunil. And Soto takes a strike for the first pitch. He drives the ball deep to left center. It's got carry, and it looks like it's out of the park. Soto just hit a opposite field home run to get the Mets on the board. The score is now 2-1. So as the apple is going up and down and they're happy. And that is Soto's first hit in the series. Gallen throws a curveball in for strike one. Pete Alonso is the batter. And the second pitch is fouled off by Alonso. The count is now 0-2. This is what I was talking about earlier. When the Diamondbacks had opportunities with bases loaded and couldn't put runs across in two separate innings, letting the Mets hang around, this may be something that comes back to haunt him. Gallen fires a curveball that is down low and in the dirt, brings the count to 1-2. Gallen fires a curveball inside that Alonso just gets a piece of. Herrera could not hold on to it, so the at-bat will continue. Bill, I don't believe you're wrong on that one. And Gallen fires a fastball past Alonso. That's the second out of the inning, so that's 2 outs in the bottom of the sixth. Diamondbacks are currently up 2-1. No runners on base. Gallen's been pretty efficient today. He has 8 strikeouts with 2 walks. Jesse Winker is up to bat, and the first pitch is bounced in the dirt for ball 1. Winker is 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts. Gallen fires another curveball that is just down low. The count is now 2-0. Gallen sets and fires, and the ball is up and away. Count is now 3-0. We're in the bottom of the sixth. The count is 3-0. There are no runners on, and there are 2 outs. Gallen fires a 4-pitch walk. So Winker gets the free pass. Mark Vientos is coming up to the plate. Gallen is at 88 pitches. This is probably his last inning. And they are meeting on the mound. Mark Vientos is coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today with a line out and a strikeout. And Gallen fires a fastball in for call strike 1. And Vientos steps out of the box. Gallen attempts to pick the runner off, but he is back, no problems. Diamondbacks bullpen is still quiet. Gallen is almost at the 90-pitch mark. Gallen fires, and the ball is rolled fair to Eugenio Suarez. He has a long throw across the diamond, but completes the out, retiring Vientos for the 3rd out of the inning. Now we are heading into the top of the 7th inning. Arizona Diamondbacks lead 2-1. I want to thank all of y'all that have come in and supported the support of the channel. I hope that you're enjoying the play-by-play as much as I'm enjoying calling it for y'all. If you haven't, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and drop notes in the chat. And even if it's after the game is closed out, feel free to drop a comment, and I will answer to the best of my ability. Here at the Ugly Truth, we have open panels on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so fans can come up and express their opinions and say their piece. We go over things like pre-series review, post-game reviews. It's a good community, bunch of great participants. We are back from commercial break, and Corbin Carroll is the leadoff hitter. Max Kranick is out for another inning, and he fires a fastball up for call, strike one. Count is 0-1. This time, Carroll takes a fastball up high out of the strike zone to bring the count even to 1-1. Kranick fires a curveball that is fouled off, bringing our count to 1-2. Kranick fires another fastball up and out of the strike zone to even the count up at 2-2. Corbin is displaying some patience this at bat. And he swings through a cutter. And that's the first out of the inning. And Jerry Perdomo is coming up to bat. Looks like Ryan Thompson is warming up in the Diamondback bullpen. And the first pitch is called strike one. On the day, Perdomo is 0 for 2 with a walk in the third. And Kranick fires a pitch up and out of the strike zone. Count is now 1-1. And Kranick delivers the pitch. It is up and away to bring the count to 2-1. And Perdomo is back in the box. Kranick sets and he fires. And Perdomo hits one deep. Deep. It is going, gone. Diamondbacks just picked the run up back from Soto. So the Diamondbacks now extend their lead to 3-2-1. That is Perdomo's fourth hit of the series and his fourth RBI. They're showing the replay of Soto going to the wall and looking up. Pavin Smith comes up to the plate, and he takes a fastball for strike one. Kranick sets and he fires. Smith swings through the second pitch. Smith is 0 for 2 on today's game with a walk in the fifth. Kranick sets and he fires a fastball up and out of the strike zone, bringing the count to 1-2. Kranick sets and he fires. Ball is fouled off. Count still remains 1-2. Smith is back in the box. Kranick sets and fires. And Smith offered it a ball in the dirt for strike 3. That is Smith's third strikeout of the game. Hey, Metropolitan Fins. Thanks for hopping in the stream. Hope you're enjoying the call. We're in the top of the 7th in the Diamondbacks Mets game. Diamondbacks are up 3-1. Eugenio Suarez is up. He's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a double. And he actually, Naylor, never mind. He bounces the ball to the second baseman. He fires to first, and that closes out the 7th inning for the Diamondbacks. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate you hopping and staying in the stream and commenting. Thank you, brother. And remember, we will be back on tomorrow afternoon, about 1:15 or so, for the Yankees. Pre-series preview between the Rays and the Yankees. Be safe, brother. And we are in a commercial break right now, so I'll grab a few more bites of lunch. And we are back to the broadcast. It has gone by fairly quick. We're 2 hours and 5 minutes into the broadcast, and we are in the bottom of the 7th. And it looks like Ryan Thompson is being brought into the game for the home half of the 7th. And Brandon Nimmo steps up to the plate. The first pitch is a called strike 1. And the ball is flied to Lourdes Gurriel in left field to record the first out of the 7th inning, at the bottom of the 7th. Luis Torrens is stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. He has a walk and a ground out in today's game. And the first pitch is down low for call, strike one. For those of you who don't have the broadcast, Thompson is a right-handed submariner, and he fires a second pitch in for call, strike two. Count is now 0-2. Next pitch is up and away. Count advances to 1-2. Thompson sets and he fires, and Torrance fouls the ball off. Count still is 1-2. Thompson sets and he fires. The ball is off the plate, evens the count up at 2-2. Jeff McNeil is on deck. Thompson fires and ties up Torrens. He swings through it for strike three, and that's the second out of the seventh inning. Jeff McNeil is coming up to bat. Looks like Reed Garrett is getting warmed up in the Met bullpen. And McNeil takes the first pitch and hits it into right field. That is the third Met hit of the afternoon. And Tyrone Taylor is coming up to the plate. See that my kid's sister has hopped in. Hey, Nancy. I hope everything is well. She's flying to Detroit for my, she's going to end up in Ann Arbor to attend the graduation of my nephew from the University of Michigan. He will be an aeronautical engineer, and congratulations, Dylan. Very proud of you. And the guest speaker for the commencement ceremony is going to be former Yankee great and Hall of Famer Derek Jeter. Okay, I missed a couple of pitches there. Ryan Thompson is ahead 0-2. And the pitch is off the plate. Taylor checks his swing. The umpire confirms that. So the count is 1-2. We are in the bottom of the seventh with two outs and a runner at first. And Taylor chases a slider up and high for strike three. That ends the seventh frame of this game. As we head to the top of the eighth, we are once again back in a commercial break. I want to thank everybody out there who has supported this channel by attending, commenting. Appreciate any likes that you might have. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to this channel. We have a lot of great content. Yankee content across the league, generally baseball fans. We do a bit of play-by-play, and work in conjunction with other content creators, doing some pre and post game previews. There are some interviews. A lot of activity in our universe. So anybody who's a baseball fan, please consider subscribing. And if you think that there's value in this content, share it with your friends and family. We are still in a commercial break. The Mets Diamondbacks series is even at 1, and today's game is the rubber match. We are in the top of the 8th inning. Diamondbacks have 3 runs on 7 hits. The Mets have 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. Doing a little bit of commercial blurbology. And Garrett Reed is coming into the game. He has had 13 games. He's 0-1 with a 0 ERA. He has 11 innings pitched, an opponent batting average of 190, and 12 strikeouts on the season. And the first look is down low for ball 1. Suarez drove in a run with a sacrifice fly his last at bat. And the pitch is down low for call strike 1. Count is even at 1-1. Garrett fires a 96-mile-an-hour fastball up and in to bring our count to 2-1. Garrett fires a fastball that Suarez fouls straight back off. He's staying alive. Count is 2-2. Garrett sets and he fires a slider inside. The count is 3-2. The count is full. You are here with the Arizona Diamondbacks New York Mets game. And we are in the top of the 8th inning. Diamondbacks lead 3-1. Count is 3-2 on the batter, Eugenio Suarez. Garrett is pitching. And he sets and fires. Suarez swings over the top of the pitch. A nice split-fingered fastball. So that records the first out of the inning. And Lourdes Gurriel steps up to the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. And Gurriel takes the first pitch and he hits it high in the air to center field. Tyrone Taylor makes a couple of small adjustments. He's camped under it and he catches it to record the second out of the inning. And it looks like Kevin Ginkel is warming up in the bullpen for the Diamondbacks. And we have Alex Thomas stepping up to the plate. He's 2 for 3 on the day. He has 2 singles and an RBI. And Thomas takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Hey, Mario. And the second pitch is a slider for Strike two. Count is 0-2. Garrett sets and he fires a pitch off the plate to bring the count to 1-2. Garrett sets and he fires a ball way out of the strike zone, but Thomas cannot check the swing, and that is the third out of the inning. We have Lindor, Soto, and Alonso coming up to bat in the bottom of the eighth. Thank you for all you guys who have supported, guys and gals, who have supported this stream. If you haven't, please hit the like. If you're not, please subscribe. And if you find value in this content, share it with your friends and your family. We are currently going into the bottom of the eighth inning, and the Diamondbacks are leading the Mets 3-1. The Mets have only 3 hits, the biggest one being a solo opposite field home run by Juan Soto. Diamondbacks have had a lot of opportunities this game to put it out of reach, but they failed to score with bases loaded twice with less than with 1 out or less. So for you Diamondback fans out there, I'm sure you've got your fingers crossed, hoping and praying that that mistake doesn't come back to haunt you. The Mets have Francisco Lindor, Juan Soto, and Pete Alonso coming up to bat in this frame. Mario, the score is 3-1 Diamondbacks, in case you didn't hear that. Kevin Ginkel is coming out for his season debut. He was a very effective pitcher last season for the Diamondbacks, but he's had shoulder problems and is just been called up. Diamondbacks bullpen has some key injuries, and they need all the help that they can get. Ginkel fires the first pitch up and away for ball 1. And he fires his second pitch that runs outside for ball 2. Lindor is 0 for 3 today with a ground out, a fly out, and a strikeout. Ginkel fires a fastball in for call, strike 1. Count is 2-1. Ginkel sets, and he fires a pitch that is swung over by the top of Lindor to bring the count to 2-2. Ginkel sets and he fires, and he hits the bottom of the strike zone, and Lindor is rung up. And that is the first out of the bottom of the eighth. Juan Soto is coming up to bat. He has walked and homered today, and he takes a fastball inside that is called for a strike, and Soto is having a word with the plate umpire. And Ginkel fires another a pitch on the inside that is called strike 2. The count is 0-2. And Soto is looking very displeased at the umpire. We have Pete Alonso on deck. Ginkel sets and he fires. The pitch is up and out of the strike zone for ball 1. Our count is 1-2. Ginkel sets and he fires, and the pitch is hit down the first base line, foul. Soto steps out of the box, takes a moment to himself. Ginkel fires a slider that is low, and the count is now 2-2, evened at 2-2. Ginkel sits and fires. Suarez fouls the pitch off. And we have a bit of breaking news from Jonathan. The Yankees have claimed outfielder Brian De La Cruz from the Braves. The Yanks optioned him to AAA Scranton and transferred Giancarlo Stanton to the 60-day injured list. And it's an administrative function. And Soto takes a strike to even the count or bring the count to 3-2. The count is full. 1 out with no runners on. And Ginkel fires the pitch. Soto hits another ball deep. It is going, and gone. Soto has hit his second home run of the game. And the Mets come a little bit closer to the Diamondbacks. The score is now 3-2. And Ginkel's pitch was right in the heart of the plate. Cannot leave a pitch like that to a hitter that's that good. Pete Alonso is stepping up to the plate, and the first pitch is down low for ball 1. Pete Alonso is 1 for 3 with a single in the first. He takes his second pitch that's up and out of the strike zone for ball 2. The count is 2-0. And Ginkel fires the next pitch down low for ball 3. Ginkel sets and he fires, and that is ball 4. 4-pitch walk. The tying run is now at first base. Jesse Winker is coming up to the bat, and he is the go-ahead run. And Looks like the pitching coach is making his way to the mound. Winker on today has walked and struck out twice. And it looks like Edwin Diaz is up in the Met bullpen. The Mets fans are going a little bit crazy as Ginkel sets and he fires his first pitch in. It's a fastball at the belt for call, strike one. Ginkel resets. He fires the next pitch up high for ball one to even the count up at 1-1. Looks like the Diamondback offense has shifted. And Winker drives the ball down the right field line, but it is a foul ball. The count is now 1-2. The count is 1-2 on Winker. He's back in the plate. Ginkel sets, and he drives the ball to deep left center. It bounces to the wall off of Alec Thomas's glove, and the Mets have the go-ahead runs in scoring position. The runners advance to second and third. Winker drove the hell out of that ball. Don't think Thomas took a great route to it, and he missed it by inches. And Mark Vientos is the batter. He is 0 for 3 today. Now the infield is drawn in. And the first pitch is a fastball, and it's fouled away. And Ginkel sets. He fires, and the ball is pop foul. Smith is heading towards the dugout, but it is out of play. Count is now 0-2. And Ginkel sets. He fires a slider way off the plate to bring the count to 1-2. We are in the bottom of the eighth. There's one outs. There are Mets at second and third. The game score is 3. The Diamondbacks are 3. Mets are 2. Vientos fires another slider off the plate to even the count up at 2-2. Ginkel is at 26 pitches in the inning. Ginkel sets and he fires. The ball is hit towards the right field corner. Corbin Carroll is drifting, and the ball is out of play. Yeah. Count is 2-2 on Vientos. Ginkel sets. And he fires. Vientos checks his swing, but not good enough. So he is rung up, and that is the second out of the inning. And Brandon Nimmo is stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 today. Mets have runners at second and third with 2 outs. And Brandon Nimmo is up to the plate. And the first pitch is a fastball that is called strike one. Ginkel sets and he fires. The ball is way high. Evens the count at 1-1. Ginkel fires a slider down low, bring the count to 2-1. And he throws another slider down low. Count is now 3-1. The on deck hitter is catcher Luis Torrens. Ginkel sets. Nimmo awaits the pitch. He takes it and he fouls it up into the stands, and the count is now full. It is 3-2 with runners at second and third. Ginkel has thrown 33 pitches in this inning. And he sets and fires. He paints the inside corner for call, strike three. Ginkel scrans two, and the Diamondbacks still maintain a one-run lead. And we are back at a commercial break. I'm going to take a quick step up and grab something to drink, and I will be back in a sec. We are still in a commercial break. And we are back to the broadcast. And Garrett is back out for the ninth. Tim Tawa is up to bat. And Tawa swings over the first pitch for strike one. It's a fastball that was off the plate. Tawa is 0 for 2 today with a walk in the fourth. And the pitch is a sweeper up high for a call, strike two. Count is now 0-2. Garrett fires the pitch down low, so the count is 1-2. Garrett fires the pitch down low to even the count at 2-2. Garrett sets and he fires. And Tawa cracks the ball to left field, and it is off the top of the wall and gone. Tim Tawa sends one out of the ballpark, and the Diamondbacks tack on another run. They take the lead or extend the lead to 4-2. And Jose Herrera, the catcher, is coming up to the plate. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner for call, strike one. Count is 0-1. Garrett fires a fastball up and away to even the count at 1-1. Herrera is 1 for 3 today with a single in the third. Garrett follows, and Herrera hits a fly ball to left field. Nimmo is sitting there waiting for it, and he secures the catch and records the first out of the inning. We have Corbin Carroll, the leadoff hitter, coming up to bat. Carroll is 1 for 4 on the afternoon, a single in the first inning, and he takes the first pitch outside for ball one. Carroll takes the second pitch down low for ball two. Count is 2-0. And the pitch is fouled off. Count moves to 1-2, or 2-1, I mean, excuse me. Carroll is back in at the plate. Garrett sets and he fires. The ball is right on the corner for call, strike two. Beautiful cutter, evens the count at 2-2. And we have Jerry Perdomo on deck. Garrett fires the ball. It's way off the plate. Count is 3-2. Garrett sets and he fires, catches the inside corner for call, strike three. That's the second out of the ninth inning. And it looks like Carlos Mendoza is coming out and taking the ball from the pitcher. So they are changing relievers. So once again, we are in a commercial break. We are at 2 hours and 42 minutes of the broadcast. And we are in the bottom of the 8th inning, so we're actually making very good time with regard to the broadcasts. And Ty Adcock is coming in to relieve Garrett. He is just being called up by from AAA and is set to throw his first pitch to Perdomo. He fires a fastball down low for call, strike one. Looks like Shelby Miller is warming up in the bullpen, so he'll be in the bottom half of the ninth as the closer. Adcock fires a fastball up out of the strike zone to even the count at 1-1. Adcock sets and fires. Perdomo hits a base hit to left field. Perdomo is on for the third time today. Nemo fires the ball into the plate. And Pavin Smith is stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts and a walk in the 5th. Scored a run also. Adcock sets and he fires a ball out of the strike zone. Count is 1-0. Smith fouls off a cut fastball to even the count up at 1-1. Adcock sets and he fires. The ball is up and out of the strike zone, bringing the count to 2-1. Adcock fires and the pitch is inside, bringing the count to 3-1. On deck is the Diamondbacks first baseman, Josh Naylor. And Adcock misses upstairs for ball 4. Now it looks like they're having a gathering on the mound. The pitching coach is out there. Naylor is 1 for 3 on today's game. He has walked and doubled. And Naylor steps up to the plate and takes a ball down low for ball 1. And the second pitch is inside to bring the count to 2-0. Adcock fires, and the ball is inside once again. The count is now 3-0. Naylor is back in the box. Adcock sets. And he fires, and the ball hits the outside corner for strike 1. The count is now 3-1. Now the 3-1 is it looks like the pitch hit Suarez, and the umpire is saying that it foul ball, that it hit off the bat. Tor Lavulu has come out of the dugout, and they're discussing the pitch. All 4 umpires is asking. And all right, the call is it's not a foul tip call. Naylor is claiming that Naylor is claiming that it's catcher's interference, that he hit the bat, and looking at the review or the replay, Naylor definitely hit Torrens's glove. Yeah, that was a quick review. The umpires have announced that it is a catcher's interference call. Naylor is granted first base. So now the bases are juiced once again for the Diamondbacks. And Eugenio Suarez is coming up to bat. The first pitch is a fastball, and Suarez fouls it off. Count is 0-1.
To redo the damn taxes then, because one of these is.
And the pitch is inside. And the count is 1-2.
The AC's on, right?
Suarez pops up the ball to the infield. Lindor camps under it, and he gets the third out of the inning. So once again, the Diamondbacks have the bases loaded and cannot push a run across. The third time today. We are in a commercial break pending the bottom of the ninth inning. If the Diamondbacks were able to win the game today, they will win the series, and it'll be the first time that the Diamondbacks have won a series in Citi Field since 2017. Shelby Miller will be coming in as the closer for today. He's got 12 games. He's 2-0. He has a 0 ERA on the season, and opponent hitters are hitting .095. 13 or 15 strikeouts with 4 walks. So he is definitely an efficient pitcher. And Luis Torrens, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 with a walk, is coming up to the plate. For those Yankee fans out there, Torrens was one of our Yankee farmhands. And the first pitch is hit to right field. Nice, easy catch for Corbin Carroll. 1 pitch, 1 out. And we have Jeff McNeil coming up to bat. McNeil is 1 for 3 today and has a single in the 7th inning. He attempts to get a bunt, and they're claiming that it is a ball. I think that the umpire missed on 2 counts because the pitch was actually a strike, and I think he offered it the pitch. However, umpire ball calling isn't our strong suit, and the ball is hit sharply to Josh Naylor at first base. He catches it on 1 hop, and he flips it to Shelby Miller at first base to record the 2nd out of the inning. Miller has gotten 3 pitches thus far, and he is facing Tyrone Taylor, the last man standing for the Mets. Taylor is 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts and a lineout. And he takes the first pitch in for call, strike 1. Miller sets. And he fires. The second pitch is called, strike 2. Shelby is setting. He's ready. He fires. Ball is just down low. The count is 1-2. We are in the bottom of the 9th. The score is 4-2 Diamondbacks. There are no runners on with 2 outs, and the count is 1-2 on Tyrone Taylor. Shelby Miller is attempting to close out the save, and he fires a second pitch down low. Count is even now at 2. 2-2. And Taylor slowly grounds it to short. Perdomo fires to first base to end the game. The Diamondbacks win 4-2 and take the series for the first time in Citi Field since 2017. So we are at the end of the game. The Diamondbacks went 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. The Mets have 2 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. Both runs were scored on solo shots by Juan Soto. Soto had a 2-homer game today, and Mets just could not score when they had the opportunity. Diamondbacks had a lot of opportunities and didn't put the Mets away when they had the chance to. They had bases loaded 3 times. 2 of them was with 1 out, and they weren't able to push a run across in any of the bases loaded situations. I'm about to end the broadcast, but I want to thank everybody who who took time to view, comment on our boards. I want to thank you guys for the support. And if you guys haven't, please hit the like, subscribe, and comment. If you feel there's valuable content, please share the information out with your friends and your family. And I'm going to close this one out. We will see you in the funny pages. Next stream is going to be tomorrow, 1:15, Tampa Bay Yankees pre-series review. Have a good afternoon. Thanks.